Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first round of the KTips Karting League Summer Championship on the Gran Turismo 7 game. We're excited to kick things off at the Suzuka International Circuit. This is going to be the East course layout, and you can tell, basically go through the S's, take a big shortcut, and then it'll come all the way back round again. It's a lap of about 55 seconds we're looking at. Before we proceed any further, I need to do an audio check. Let me get up my live stream over here. Bit of an echo, no problem. That just means my audio is coming through well. Now, we had about 12 people sign up for the first round, and as expected, a number of people have dropped out at the time of the event. If you would like to join though, be sure to fill out the championship registration form. This is going to be a summer championship across 8 rounds. Now it's free to join. The driver with the most points after 8 rounds will be getting an exclusive gift card for some KTips merch. So how can you join this competition? Very, very straightforward. First of all, do you have a PS4 or do you have a PS5? And do you have the Gran Turismo 7 karting mode? Well, actually, if you have Gran Turismo 7, then you'll obviously have this mode. Once you purchase the kart in-game, you'll then join us every fortnight for a round. So if we've got 8 rounds every 2 weeks, May until August. And this really is the peak season for karting. So even if you can't do any karting out on track in real life, come on the game. Sure, you guys will be off school, maybe have some time off work, and it's going to be on Friday nights just like this, 6 p.m. GMT. Full schedule can be found on the pinned link in the comments. Alex Karting, how long until the race starts? We started now actually. Quali in fact ends in about 5 minutes time. So I'm afraid you won't be able to join this round, but please join the next round. As we said, all of the information is going to be in that pinned link or pinned comment. And more importantly, join our Discord. I believe you commented a few times, Alex Karting. Very, very important you join our Discord to stay up to date with all of the information. Kyle is saying I need to buy a PlayStation to get onto this. Absolutely, Kyle. You can pick up a really good deal for a second-hand PS4, I'm sure going for about $100. That's really, will suffice. I'm running on PS4 right now. PS5, of course, you get those better frames, and yeah, it's pretty much future-proof for now. Once we completed our intro, it's good to go over to our timing screen of the 6 drivers competing today. Looks like Philip Senna is once again dominating by half a tenth in qualifying so far. He's up on a 54.2. Let me try and reduce my game volume. I think I can do that manually from here. There we go. What's frustrating is in the replay section, and what we're watching over here, there's a lot of background music, so not too sure how to turn that off. I did put it on streaming mode, which tends to remove the background music, but I have to try and find a fix around that. Philip Senna leads as we come on to the final 4 minutes in qualifying. We've got Sasha. He's repping the Kart Republic livery. Very, very nice indeed. Sasha, my teammate, he drives at my local track, and he's actually improved very, very well to get on pace for a top 2 spot, hopefully, because it's Better who's his closest competitor. He's about 3/10 down. Better is a quick driver, but he just needs to get the perfect lap together. Better has a Saudi kart himself, and he's driving out of Morocco. Good evening, Marcel. Great to have you on the stream today. We've then got Blacks. Now, I do have the actual names of the drivers, which I'm going to pull up from my entry list, because it's better to refer to the drivers from their first names rather than their PSNs. So it looks like, well, I'm not even too sure where Blacks is, because it seems it might be David, if I'm not mistaken, and he goes off for a bit of a sprint. And we've got Rayan in P5. Rowan just behind, which is going to be a close finish for that final spot. Looks like these two are close on pace indeed. Let's try and get on board with a driver. Sasha's doing an out lap, Vedder's just completing his lap. And we're on board with Blacks over here. It's 10th off. Vedder into the first corner. Absolutely full commitment. See where he hits his brakes. Just at the end of that curb on the left hand side. Trying to keep his momentum high as he comes through the first of the S's. Left, right, through wind uphill. Takes a bit too much up a curb. And he's into the barrier once again. Sasha will hopefully give us a clean run over here in that really nice liveried Kart Republic, and helmet as well, tinted visor. Love that little effect he's got. So approaching the first corner at 110 miles an hour, absolutely full commitment, tapping on the brakes just before that curb, keeping it relatively close to the inside. Apex as he sets up for first on the left, his personal best in the first sector by 7/1000ths of a second. Sasha is pushing on this lap through the second part of the S's, left, right, and now the final portion. It's about a 10th down in the middle sector. Has it all to make up here. Big snap to the right as he's fully committed out these final couple of corners. This could be a personal best here for Sasha. How much is he going to improve? Indeed, by 2/100ths of a second, 0.026, and that is a personal best, but not quite the best of the session, because that is Philip Senna, who's actually on a flying lap over here. Wonder how much he's up or down. Come to the middle sector split just now. Through the fast right, into the left. And he's a couple of seconds out, so he might just be coasting. Vedder, meanwhile, looking to potentially improve on his lap. Just misses out by 0.5. How about Blacks? He's just started the lap, got a bit of slipstream from Rowan, who gets out the way. Rayan started in one of his final laps. And we'll see how much he can improve. It looks like he collects a bit of grass, so it should be over for him. P5, it seems like. Those who are improving on these latter parts of quali look like Vedder and Blacks. Let's see what they can do before the time expires, although Blacks is improving by a couple of tenths. Got a bit of slipstream from Rayan towards the end of the lap. It's not going to count for anything because that is our qualifying over, ladies and gentlemen. And it is pole position for Philip Senna. Very well done to him. A dominant display. Look at that, 54.1. Let's just take a picture of that, put it on our Discord. If you guys want to stay up to date live and you're wondering how we do it, how we communicate with the drivers, all on Discord. Let's just put a results up there. It's going to be Sasha joining him on the first row, second place. And now we'll just put qualifying results. Well done to everyone there. Vedder and Blacks make up the second row. And it's Rayan and Rowan who round out the grid. Just a comment over here on Discord from Sasha. Guys, let's keep it clean. That's exactly what we hope. So the penalties, if need be, will be enforced by the in-game system. And now we're ready for the start of the race. Round 1 at Suzuka East Course. of the KTips Karting League Summer Championship. And of course, don't forget, you can also participate in this simply by filling out our registration form. It's free to join. You can win some awesome merch. You'll be getting an exclusive gift card, and that's what these drivers are battling it out for. I'm gonna have to back out over here and hit right to spectate mode as it's Philipp Senna off the line. It looks like a good start at the back there from Rowan. Sasha gonna give him an opportunity in the first corner. Potentially as they go side by side, it's better. We could take the inside line there, just gets fended off. Good defending by Philipp Senna. Holds his position. It's better in second, Sasha third. Rowan's made a fantastic start, he's up to fourth already. Keep an eye on the front two though. Philipp might have the pace. Can he open up a gap on this first lap or so? Well, it looks like he's trying his best. The slipstream effect will be there. Rowan from 6th has made a fantastic start and he's in the slipstream of Sasha already. Clean lap 1 getaway for all the drivers, and that's exactly what we like to see. How much can Badr gain in the slipstream? Philipp Senna trying his best to break it off. Onto lap 2 we go. Everyone holding position right now. It's going to be interesting how much risk each driver is willing to make. It's a close battle over here between Blacks and Rowan, and it's getting a bit close there. Blacks has got the pace, but Rowan is defending hard, and it's side by side. There's a bit of contact there, and that is the move done for Blacks. He's up to P4. Blacks is on a charge. What about our leaders? It looks like Badr has gone off on the end of the first lap. A couple of people have gone off, and there's just absolute mayhem, absolute carnage over here. And it's Rowan, of all people, who's up to P2. So it looks like Sasha is the one who lost out there, and we'll need to see some kind of a replay, as it's Blacks who's been forced to go in the pit lane. I thought I saw somebody go in the pits now. We're going to have a real replay of that. But I'll tell you what, all the fast guys are at the back, and those who are on the back row in qualifying are on the podium. Can they keep it? There's a long way to go, of course. As far as Philipp Senna is concerned, he's cruising out there in front, currently dominating by 4.7 seconds. Can he keep it like that? As he goes purple, he's probably going to extend that lead. A huge incident on the end of lap 2. Rowan can't keep it out of the walls, so he's surely going to give that place up to Rayan, and maybe even to Badr if he could just keep the kart on the track. And that's a huge off there. That was looked like an unsafe rejoin, and I'm afraid that is once again another shunt in the back. Blacks is there or thereabouts. He's just got to keep out the pits now, and he got forced to go in, so that was unfortunate for him. He lost a lot of time in that unnecessary pit stop. Just end up on the wrong side. As far as I'm concerned, I really think Badr and Sasha should work together at this phase of the race. It's about 20 laps to go, and they've clearly got the pace over the guys in front, who are about 5.5 right now. It's towards the end of lap 4. 5.5 is the gap between Badr and Rowan. Ahead of them is another 5-second gap towards Rayan. Could this be a surprise shock podium for the man in the yellow helmet? The Lewis Hamilton inspired suit and helmet, in fact. The 2025 inspired version. A clean looking Ferrari livery. He might not have the pace in quali, but he's certainly got track position in the race. 20 laps to go. One important thing we should keep an eye out on is going to be consistency. And if you really want an example of consistency, watch this man, Philipp Senna. You can see his lap times on the right hand side as he comes across onto lap 6. Since lap 2, well, seems like lap 1 it's showing even faster. I think that must be some kind of glitch. Let's look from lap 2 onwards. 54.4, 54.3, 54.4, 54.6, and that's exactly what you need to do when you're leading. He's put down a benchmark of 54.3, and then he wants to stay within a tenth or two of that, and that will guide him home towards victory, as we've had a retiree, that is Blacks, who's hopefully not rage quit, but have to see what happened there. Update on Rayan. He might be losing time to Philip Senna, but that doesn't matter for him. Can he hold on to a podium place? His pace is currently a 56, low 56 if you look on the right hand side of the screen. Rowan doesn't look like he's had a string of clean laps yet, but he's lapping pretty much in high 55s. So he's slightly quicker than Rayan, and we can see that gap from 5 seconds is down to about 4.5. Consistency is what Rowan really needs to do if he wants to reel in Rayan. But what about these guys? Low 55s for better. That's a 54.8 he's just put in. Sasha as well, who's interestingly dropped off about 5 seconds. So were they battling, Better and Sasha? I'm not too sure. Sasha's definitely got the pace for a podium, and so has Butter, and this is going to be an exciting watch until the finish. From 5 seconds, the gap is down to 3 seconds. You can see on the left hand side between Butter and Rowan. Butter lapping at personal best pace, 54.8, and Rowan on the last lap at 55.7. So he's taken a second out of him just on that lap. It'll probably take another second out of him as we come towards lap number 7 for these drivers. Another personal best for Butter there, just flexing his muscles now. It's really interesting, although it's a game, although it's a simulation, you can see the drivers' racecraft tactics, and it's nice to talk you through maybe what they're thinking. We mentioned Sasha and Butter got really unlucky with incidents. They were second and third, got caught up on the early laps, and then were stone dead last. They lost about 10-15 seconds to those who were just in the right place at the right time. Rowan and Rayan, not necessarily on the same pace as Butter and Sasha, but they got track position. Rayan, meanwhile, is doing a good job. He's keeping really solid pace. Not only has he sort of consolidated at 56, low 56, he's now broken that and he's getting faster and faster. So his bid for a podium could still be alive as we come to about a quarter, just over a quarter, not even a quarter, over a third of this race complete. We got Hamza in the chat. What's up, Hamza? Just had an SWS race today and it was tough, but he made a good comeback. That's great to hear. What was your comeback, Hamza? Where did you start? What happened? Where did you finish? Speaking of comebacks, Butter, look at how he's reeled the gap down to Rowan. Personal best after personal best. Lap 6, 54.8. Lap 7, 54.8, 11. Lap 8, 54.7. Lap 9, 54.7. Again, the consistency is off the charts over here, and no wonder he's so close. 6 seconds between Sasha and Butter. Sasha just needs to get his head down. Certainly got the pace. Hamza saying qualifying race 1 was horrible, P6 on both because of kart problems. Yes, I can affirm that, especially in SWS. It's your luck what kart you get. If you end up with a bad kart, it's very difficult to make up a ton of positions. Race 2 was pretty decent, made a comeback and finished P2, excellent. Okay, so overall P3, there you go, podium. I think in those circumstances you should be happy with the podium. Speaking of podiums, Butter in 4th position is under a second now to Rowan. How defensive is Rowan going to get? Now we know this has been a feisty battle all race. It goes back to the beginning, lap 2 or lap 3 it was, they tangled. I'm sure Better has some steam under that helmet. Can he keep it under control? Can he keep his composure? These are truly the business parts of the race. He's got plenty of time, doesn't need to rush his overtake. Let's see what Better's going to do. In the slipstream as he comes up. The S section. Through the left, the right, and once more through the left again. Into a heavy braking point over here. Or rather, tap of the brake through that final couple of corners. And now, in the slipstream, this should be an easy move. We've got a long straight ahead of us. Rowan really weaving, trying to break that slipstream. He's got the inside line. They're side by side though. At 106 miles an hour, what's going to happen between these two? Round the outside goes Better on that grippy part of the track. Side by side. Still clean racing so far between these two. But it's Rowan who has to give it up. And it's Better who is into 3rd position. So that was some good racing there. Clean. And I thought Better may have got a bit frustrated after that incident early on, but very professional. He knows he has the pace. He knows he doesn't have to do anything silly. And he can now get on with it. And get on with it he will do. He's got Rayan in front. And Rayan is 2.6 ahead. Look at Rayan's pace though. It's been very clean since lap 7. All personal best every single lap pretty much. Lap 12 he had a bit of an off, but it is what it is. Realistically, this is the battle we're looking for. Inevitably, it looks like Better is going to catch Rayan, barring anything spectacular. But then once Rayan might go down to P3, that's just something he needs to hold on to. How about Philip Senna? He's driving almost like Senna. Look at that consistency once again. He's not only improved on his 54.3 down to a 54.2, and he's kept it very consistent. 0.4, 0.4, 0.6, 0.2, 0.6, 0.4, 0.2. When you're leading by 23 seconds, what's the incentive to push? Well, for him, it's probably just a qualifying simulation session, these 25 laps, and it's a great practice for real life racecraft. When you're leading a race, can you do the same lap as similar as possible? We've got yellow flags for some reason. Somebody spun. It looks like we've had another retiree, and that could be Sasha. Now I'm going to have to head over to our Discord to see what on earth has happened there, because he's suddenly disconnected. Before we head over to Discord to find out what happened to Sasha, and the fact that we're down to 4 drivers, this is a move for P2. Should be a good recovery for Better. Rayan trying his best to defend. And he gets fended off. Sasha saying he got kicked out. Send us a photo on Discord, Sasha, because that is very unexpected. We certainly didn't kick you out, as Better goes for the move there. Round the outside of Rayan. Up to P2. So, Sasha, you've been seeing my screen all along. We did not kick you out. I assume that is the game that's done that to you, but it's very unfortunate. And very frustrating. Interesting to hear what happened to Blacks as well. He retired, but I think he just rage quit maybe? 10 laps to go. Philip Senna first. Better second. And it's Rayan who's holding on to that final podium spot now. Who is going to take home a finish like this? Very similar pace between 4th and 3rd, but I think 3rd has the better consistency. Sasha saying he doesn't know what happened. Absolutely, that is such a shame, Sasha. We obviously want to try and fix that for next time, but it looks like it may just be from your side, since these other drivers are still in And a spectacular finish which we were anticipating because Sasha was still in the mix before he got kicked out. It would have all been for this position, but when you get lucky, you take it. And sometimes you need that for a podium. And Rayan, from the back of the grid basically today, kept it clean, kept it on the track, got his head down, and when the luck came to him, he took it. He might not be on the pace up from better, but he's certainly going to hold on to P3 and not give it up without a fight. Let's see what Rowan has in return. This is all or nothing. Nothing really to lose for Rowan. As far as retirees are concerned, we're only down to 4 karts standing. So that means he can throw the kitchen sink. To reel down Rayan, 3.9 second gap. Let's see what kind of pace he's going to have to do. He does seem to be a couple of tenths quicker. But those couple of tenths quicker might not be enough. Great to hear, Alex. Welcome to our Discord. And you can stay up to date with all of the championship news and announcement there on the online karting races tab, or channel as it is on Discord. Head over to online karting races, scroll back to the beginning of the week when we put out posts, and sign yourself up for the next round. So hopefully you can be part of the 7-round championship. And there's a spin out for Rayan. We said it was almost certain he got P3, but we never said barring the fact that he would have issues of his own, and that really might be a painful end for him. He had the podium in his hands, but it looks like he's got a whole lot of hard work to do with 7 laps to go. But is Rowan going to hold on to P3? Does he have the consistency? Does he have the nerve? Well, he's got it in his hands now, and this could be an exciting finish with 6 laps to go. Let's see how far Philip is from these 2 drivers. He's maybe going to be able to lap them. I just think he'll run out of laps though, as 3rd and 4th are going through the first couple of corners now, and Philip's just made it to turn 1. I mean, what a dominant drive is all that we can say. Philip Senna is driving up to that surname of his, and that helmet, and that race suit. Quite an impressive Hamilton 2020 livery, 246. No. Yeah, 2020, right? That's when he had 6 titles. Or rather, who's the F1 guru in the comments who can help us out over here? You can see the 6 stars on his helmet. If Lewis won his 7th in 2020, that's got to be a 2019 helmet? I don't know. Who knows? I'm sure Philip Senna, the main man, will tell us after in Discord, but his livery is the latest Ferrari inspired, and then of course the Schumacher inspired race suit. What's up, Jordan? Welcome to the live. Thank you so much for putting your comment in. Let us know, as we've got 5 laps to go, guys. Whoever's watching, do you guys have a PlayStation, PS4 or PS5? And do you have the Gran Turismo 7 game? If you do, you can join our free summer karting championship. It spans every 2 weeks, across 8 rounds, May to August. Friday nights, 6 PM GMT. So if you're off school, got some time off work, these are truly the races you should be joining, because if you can't necessarily make it to the track, why don't you come on the game and practice your skills against drivers from all over the world. So Senna's joining from Sweden, we've got Bedder from Morocco or France, we've got Rowan from the Middle East, and Rayan as well. 3.1, it just looks like he's running out of laps. I thought when it was 2.7 the gap between these two, there could be a chance. Rayan's gonna have to pull something off spectacular, or baked Rowan into a mistake. As far as Rowan's concerned, he just needs to keep his composure and keep doing what he's doing. He's already done enough for a podium. It's not over until it's over. Be interesting to see what mindset Vedder's got over here. It's nothing to gain in front. Not much pressure from behind. At all any pressure. It's what we call the no man's land. Time in a race. So this forces you to bring the kart home. Yes, you can rely on somebody spinning out and maybe make up a place, but you also don't want to do that by pushing too hard. So in this phase of the race, especially when there's like 3 laps to go, 2 laps to go now, I want to bring you home. And there's a good chance to, you know, reflect that what could have been. As far as Vedder is concerned, had he not got caught up in that early tangle on lap 3, not sure if he would have the outright pace though to challenge for the win. If we look at Philip's pace, yeah, he's a couple of tenths quicker, but consistently every lap. Vedder is occasionally getting the 54, but you never know when it's in a race mode. You can see your rival up there, a second or 2 front, pushes you to new heights. Alex Karting saying you can't find the lobby. So what you need to do, Alex, is send KTips a friend request. It's KTips _ on PSN, because this lobby is set to friends only. Once I accept your friend request, then you'll be able to see our lobby, and then you can spectate. Coming to the end of this race though, so I'm afraid it's probably going to have to be the next race that you're going to catch. As we're on to the final couple of laps, Rayan has lost further time to Rowan. The challenge could be coming to an end. Is that Rowan backing off? Does he want an Abu Dhabi 2021? Well, he's certainly giving up time, and I hope he's not trying to bump Rayan off the track, because he's ended up bumping himself off the track. What is Rowan doing? He's conceded 3rd place in an extraordinary turn of events. The podium is back to 3rd, and in fact the in-game penalty system is trying to penalise Rayan. From what we spectated and saw, I don't think there was any fault in him. In fact, the driver was slowing down. Should most likely be the culprit. This is going to be an exciting finish. Really is. The 2 are bumper to bumper on the final lap. And Rowan is just backing off to give the place back. It's interesting to see what's going to happen there. As is Philip Senna. Almost comes to lap these drivers, takes the opening round win. Well done to Philip Senna. Vedder should take home 2nd. What about these 2? There's 4 tenths between 3rd and 4th. So close. Round the outside goes Rowan, and he's almost off the track. Rayan just gets up ahead. It's a final lap showdown for the podium. And what happens now? Because they've just ended the race, the in-game system has declared Rayan as the podium finisher, but I see him in the pit lane, which is extraordinary. Extraordinary end to the results. Now, let's go back to our chat. That's correct, Alex Karting. It is KTips _. What's up to Sheil and Sophia? Thank you so much for joining, and we are going to have to take a picture of this now. The in-game system on Gran Turismo is a bit sketchy. I mean, it should at least let everyone cross the finishing line. Maybe that's from my side as a host setting that I've got to adjust. So if I go and edit settings, yeah, there should be like a cutoff time right after the race finishes, and then you can set that to, yeah, race finish delay. Well, what we're gonna have to do is just put that to a full 2 minutes, just to be sure for next time. And qualifying continuation time, let's give everyone a minute to minute and 10 seconds to finish their lap. That makes sense. That's until next time though. What a incredible end to our first round. Now there were a number of retirees, a number of close results, and there's going to be a whole load of post-race drama as we will go to lap 3 in fact and see some highlights, because why not? Before we do that, we're going to just send a screenshot of these results to our Discord. Let's just put a post up over here. Round 1 final race results. Now, let's watch a replay. Before we do that, let's accept our latest friend request, because we had new drivers joining, and that does come from Alex Karting. Alex, I have just added you now. That is a shame, Sasha. I'm not sure how it shows you still in the lobby. And I'm afraid that's just racing sometimes. You're really gonna have to check out on your side what happened there, Sasha. I may not have saved the replay, so let me just quickly tell them in the comments. It looks like the replay did not save, but that's not to worry. Congratulations to Philip Senna. Congratulations to everybody who participated today on round 1. It's always good to get the championship started. There's always a starting point, and hopefully we can build on this now. As I mentioned, if you got a PS4, if you got a PS5 and the Gran Turismo 7 karting game, come and join our free summer championship. The winner will get an exclusive gift card to get their choice of merch on the KTips website. More than that, summertime, a lot of you guys are free, you're off school, you might have some time off work. So every other Friday, 6 PM GMT, we're going to run around. We're going to run it on a different track each time. Karting mode on Gran Turismo is a great way to practice your skills as you do in real life. Until round 2, which takes place in 2 weeks' time, we will see you all then. Take care, everyone. Good night.